Hello! Today I wanted to go over the basics of Mac OS Finder. So Finder is the application that allows you to interact with and organize your files that are local to your computer. The Finder icon is at the bottom of your dock and is this little square smiley face looking thing. Finder encompasses some primary folders, your desktop, which is your little desktop on your computer, your pictures, downloads, documents, movies, and then there's also music, which I don't have favorited over here. If you are using iCloud, some of these items may be under under a section that's going to say something like iCloud, either under locations or under favorites, depending on how yours is set up. Same thing applies there. If they're under iCloud, that just means that they're synchronizing to Apple's iCloud. So if you're wanting to favorite a folder that's missing over here, you can actually open Finder and then just right click or option click if you don't have the right click. Control click, my bad. Control click, hold down Control on the keyboard, click, and then you come to your user itself, and then you you would just find, so for example, I'm missing music, so if you just drag music over to favorites and let go, you'll see it populate there. So let's say you want to create a subfolder. Subfolders can be used to organize your files and help you keep everything on your computer organized. Anything that you have local to your computer, this will help you find them and put them in files similar to what you would do if you had a filing cabinet and put papers into the filing cabinet. Basically how that would work. You're filing them away so you know where they are. So let's say you want to create a folder in documents for whatever you're going to use it for. Well, you've got two options. One is at the very top. You can't see it on my screen, but there's a file option at the very top. You click up here and you click new folder and you can name it. Name folder. So let's say, then you just type it in, you hit enter. Well, let's say you want to rename it. Well, if you're highlighting the folder, you can just click the return key and it'll highlight again. You can rename it. The other option you can do is, again, you can find an area where there's no files and you can control click or right click if you've got a normal mouse, and then same thing with new folder. So let's say that you want to copy a file into another folder. Well, if you're going to copy it, you can simply do the right click and then click copy, and then you double click the folder you want to go into, right click, and remember, if you don't have a mouse, you would use the control click unless you've enabled right click, and then paste item. Now it's copied into that folder. Now, what if you want to, we're going to go back, use a little back arrow to go back. What if you wanted to move the file into the folder? Well, let's move this file into the renamed folder by clicking and just dragging over the folder. If you actually hover over the folder long enough, it'll blink twice and you'll end up opening the folder, and then you can just let go and it drags it in there. Let's say you inadvertently move something into a folder you didn't mean to. You can hit Command Z and that'll undo. Or you can click the edit menu up at the very top and click undo move. If you want to multi-select, you can hold down Command and select and single click any files you want. And then let's say you wanted to move those into the folder. You click and drag one of the highlighted files into the folder and let go. So, pretty simple. Now, the next piece is finding your downloads folder. So this is a common question that I get asked. Where do my downloads go? Well, your downloads are typically, by default, going to go into your downloads folder. And that downloads folder is usually under favorites over here. But if you didn't have it over here or you don't see it over here, you can follow the same steps I showed earlier of dragging that to favorites. You can go back in the video to see how to do that. The next and last piece I'm going to show you to keep this video short and simple is to sort by date. So, show you how to sort. So let's say you just downloaded a file, you want to be able to find it. Well, let's assume that you're sorted by name. You can sort by clicking the column, and as we click the column, we see this little caret changes. So it changes it from ascending to descending. Same thing with date modified. I tend to do date modified, so I see the newest ones at top. So if I click date modified, I want the caret pointing down. That means it shows the newest files at the very top. So this has been a quick run through of utilizing Mac OS Finder. Hopefully this helps, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach on out, and keep tuned for any further videos that I might have to go even further into Finder.